Because evening time is a very precious time. It's very difficult for me to make free every day. So that is why I cannot. Tomorrow I'll be in the train. I'll try to give class. But it is my humble request. Please try to listen every day. When I will not be here, we'll play Prabhupada's lecture. So hearing Prabhupada's lecture, reading Prabhupada's book, half an hour in English and Prabhupada's language. What is a great boon for than this? And those who are organizing this, we are grateful to them. As they are organizing, we are forced to hear or read Prabhupada's English word as it is. So if we don't present regularly, those who are organizing and they will not inspired. So my humble request, please every day. If you are busy, then another thing. But don't take it casually. Take it seriously that we have taken a promise. We'll read Prabhupada's Katha in English language every day for half an hour. we may have read, but this time we're reading very slowly, not for reading, for understanding fully. Giving some taxation to the mind. Oh mind, please try to understand why Krishna tells, why Prabhupada is telling in this aspect. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita, second chapter for today, text 12. We can see that in 11th verse, from 11th verse, Krishna has started imparting spiritual knowledge. So he is giving very crucial point. What is soul? How just try to understand the technique he gave. He never told her, I'm telling about giving lecture about Atma. He's telling Gatashun or Gatashuns. Anybody can accept that, yes. Gat Oshun means life. The Gat Oshun means those are life has gone, that means dead. Gatashun means for the living, not for the dead. So that means Gatashun or Gatashuns, that means you have accepted that two things are there, living and dead. So Krishna is first giving this idea, living and dead. There is difference between living and dead. First, very simple concept here. And what is living, what is dead? Something is missing that is dead. That thing is you. Never was there a time I didn't exist, nor you, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. So, what is this? Something which makes the body alive, living, and dead difference. That one Krishna is telling about that. And that is Nitya, Nityanam Chetanos Chetananam, the characteristic of that. But Mayavadi, they cannot understand it. Here, Krishna clearly said, it is not that they did not exist as individual in the past. Krishna clearly tells, we exist past, we are here now, we will continue to remain in the future. Mayavadi theory that after liberation, the individual soul, separated by the governing of Maya or illusion, will merge into the impersonal Brahma and lose its individual existence is not supported herein by Lord Krishna, the Supreme Authority. Now, what is Mayavadi philosophy? Mayavadi philosophy is that, try to understand what is Mayavadi philosophy. That after liberation, individual soul, separated by the covering of Maya or illusion, will merge into the impersonal Brahma and lose individual existence. That is the definition of Mayavad. Got it? Mayavad definition. Mayavad philosophy means that after liberation, the individual soul, separated by the covering of Maya or illusion, will merge into the impersonal Brahman and lose its individual existence. That means his body is made of Maya, and Lord also like that. Lord's body also like that. That means if we merge with the Lord, and this body is Maya, then Krishna's body also the same thing, Maya. So this philosophy is Mayavad. But in this verse, it is not accepted by Krishna. So how by reading Bhagavad Gita they can keep this type of philosophy? Nor is the theory that we only think of individuality in the conditioned state supported herein. Krishna clearly says here in that in the future also the individuality of the Lord and others, it is as it is confirmed in the Upanishads, will continue eternally. This statement of Krishna's authoritative because this statement of Krishna's is authoritative because Krishna cannot be subject to illusion. So now question may come, oh, why will you accept this statement? So this is another chapter. If you don't accept Krishna's statements, then you are not accepting Krishna as authority. This statement of Krishna's is authoritative. If individuality were not a fact, then Krishna would not have stressed it so much even for the future. The Mayavadi may argue that the individual spoken of by Krishna is not spiritual but material. Even accepting the argument that the individuality is material, then how can one distinguish Krishna's individuality? Krishna affirms his individuality in the past and confirms his individuality in the future also. He has confirmed his individuality in many ways. And impersonal Brahma has been declared to be subordinate to him. Krishna has maintained spiritual individuality all along. If he is accepted as an ordinary conditioned soul in individual consciousness, then his Bhagavad Gita has no value as authoritative scripture. Oh, Krishna is an authority. If Krishna is an authority, then how Bhagavad Gita is authority? Why reading Bhagavad Gita? Why quoting Bhagavad Gita then? A common man with all the four defects of human frailty is unable to teach that what is worth hearing. A common man with all the four defects. What are the four defects? Bhul, Pramad, Vipralipcha, Karnapata. The Gita is above such literature. No mundane book compares with Bhagavad Gita. When one accepts Krishna as an ordinary man, the Gita loses all importance. When you say Krishna is ordinary man, then why we speak about the Bhagavad Gita? The Mayavadi argues that the plurality mentioned in this verse is conventional and that it refers to the body. But previous to this verse, such a bodily conception is already condemned. I hope you have understood this. The Mayavadi argues that the plurality mentioned in this verse is conventional and that it refers to the body. The Prabhupada said, if it is still body, the first verse, Gatasun Agatasun, they clearly differentiate to them. Life, alive, and dead. So, but previous to this verse, such a bodily conception is already condemned. There is difference. Alive and dead. After condemning the bodily conception of the living entities, how was it possible for Krishna to place a conventional proposition of the bodily again. Therefore, individuality is maintained on spiritual grounds and is thus confirmed by great acharyas like Ramanuja and others. It is clearly mentioned in many places in the Gita that this spiritual individuality is understood by those who are devotees of the Lord. In introduction, we have read what is the prerequisite of reading Bhagavad Gita? To become devotee. To become devotee means accept Krishna as the Lord and Master. Then only able to understand. Those who are envious of Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead have no bona fide access to the great literature. The non-devotee's approach to the teachings of the Gita is something like that of a bee licking on the bottle of honey. One cannot have a taste of honey unless one opens the bottle. Similarly, the mysticism of the Bhagavad Gita can be understood only by devotees, and no one else can taste it. As it is stated in the 4th chapter of the book, nor can the Gita be trusted by persons who envy the very existence of the Lord. Therefore, the Mayavadi explanation of Gita is a most misleading presentation of the whole truth. Lord Chaitanya has forbidden us to read commentations made by the Mayavadis and warns that one who takes to such an understanding of the Mayavad philosophy loses all power to understand the real mystery of the Gita. The Mayavad philosophy is compared with volcano. What is a volcano? It will burn to ashes surrounding areas. If individuality refers to the empirical universe, then there is no need of Lord Chaitanya has forbidden us to read commentations made by the Mayavadis and warns that one who takes to such an understanding of the Mayavadi philosophy, loses all power to understand the real mystery of the Gita. If individuality refers to the empirical universe, then there is no need of teaching by the law. The plurality of the individual soul, plurality of the individual Kathopanishad, Nityanam, Chetananam, plural. Here also this verse, all the you and all the soldiers, plural number. The plurality of individual soul and the Lord is an eternal fact, and it is confirmed by the Vedas as above mentioned. Then, to make this point more clear, Krishna is again not telling Atma, that is Atma. He said he is owner of the Atma. He is calling the Dehi. Dehi means the owner of the Deho. Dehinusmin jatha de komarang yoganang jara. Tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattana muyati. Dehino of the embodied. Ashmin Dehe, in this body. Ashmin Dehe, Deho means body. Dehino Ashmin, Dehino Ashmin, Dehe. Jatha, as. Dehino Ashmin Dehe Jatha. As in the body of the owner of the body, Komaram Jobanam Jara. Komar, boyhood, Joban, youth, and Jara, old age. Tatha, Jatha, opposite was is Tatha. In the same way, Dehantara Prapti, Deho Antar Prapti. Deho Antar. One, after one day, body, another, Deho Antar. That means of transfer of the body. Krishna here not telling after death. He is not telling after death. He is not using the word, those will difficult to understand. He is using the word on Dhyantara Prapti. Then body will change. Prapti, achieved. Deho Antar Prapti. That means another body get in such a change, Dhira, Dhira, Tatra, thereupon. This type of changes. Nevar, no, never, Muyanti is deluded. As the embodied soul. Yeah, you can see, Prabhupada mentioned here, Dehi, Dehino of the embodied. And what is embodied? And Prabhupada here mentioned embodied soul. He did not mention embodied soul. Oh, it is not soul. Why it is soul? So Prabhupada here just simply said Dehino means of the embodied. Dehino. No need of soul. But actually there is soul. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not built up by such a change. Since every living entity is an individual soul, is changing his body every moment, manifesting sometimes as a child, sometimes as a youth, and sometimes as an old man. Yet, the same spirit soul is there and does not undergo any change. This individual soul finally changes the body at death and transmigrates to another body. And since it is sure to have another body in the next birth, either material or spiritual, there is no cause for lamentation. Prabhupada here, you can, I think you have noticed, Prabhupada here given a sure. Somebody may have some doubt. Somebody may have some doubt. Prabhupada, there is a give the doubt. Sure. This individual self finally changes the body at death and transmigrates to another body. And since it is sure to have another body in the next birth, either material or spiritual, there is no cause for lamentation by Arjuna on account of death, neither for Bhishma nor for Drona, for whom he was so much concerned. Rather, he should rejoice for the changing bodies from old to new ones, thereby rejuvenating their energy. In connection, Guru must give one example. He said, a poor man, if anything happens in his car, he will be very worried and will repeatedly go to the garage to repair it. But a rich man, he is very happy. Okay, let me change this car. Those are spiritually poor. They will go to doctor again and again for repair the whole body. But those are rich men, they're confident. Yes, I am going to get another new car. Let us change it. Such changes of body account for varieties of enjoyment or suffering according to one's work in life. So Bhishma and Drona, being noble souls, but surely going to have spiritual bodies in the next life, or at least life in heavenly bodies for superior enjoyment of material existence. So, in either case, there is no cause of lamentation. Any man who has perfect knowledge of the constitution of the individual soul, the super soul, and nature, these three things very important. Sambandha gyan, relation. Any man who has perfect knowledge of the constitution of the individual soul, the super soul, and both material or spiritual, is called dhira, or a most sober man. Such man is never deluded by changes of bodies. The Mayavadi theory of oneness of spirit soul cannot be entertained on the ground that the spirit soul cannot be cut into pieces as a fragment portion. Mayavad philosophy, they are thinking this is Paramatma. From Paramatma, by become pieces, everybody become Jivatma. Wow. And if you unite together, Paramatma. So if it is true, then if you, so many living entities come, then no existence of Paramatma. How it is possible? They have no such simple idea how they accept this type of rascal philosophy. Such cutting into different individual souls would make the Supreme cleavable or changeable. Cleavable, you know cleavable what? Cleave, like one bacteria become just there is what is called shrinkage in middle, then become two. So such cutting into different individuals, souls, would make this supreme cleavable or changeable against the principle of the supreme source being unchangeable. When Krishna is saying it is unchangeable, then how they can think they will unite together and will be one? As confirmed in the Gita, the fragmental portion of the Supreme exists eternally, Sanatan, and are called Kshara. Kshara means that in that they have the tendency to fall down. Kshara means fall down into the material nature. Though it is Sanatan, eternal, Sanatan, but they are Kshara. Means though eternal, it will fall down. Though cloud water is crystal clear in the sky, but when it come to come, like before that, nobody can make the ocean water muddy. But when it through cloud when it come as rain, it becomes muddy. But water is water. This fragmental portion are eternally so. And even after liberation, the individual soul remains the same, fragmental. And the same things, scientists also, like when the water comes from the ocean through cloud, it makes it muddy. But water is there. You can suck out water from, and from water you can separate hydrogen, oxygen. How can you say when the Mars there is no water? But once liberated, he lives an eternal life in bliss and knowledge with the personality of Godhead. The theory of reflection can be applied to the super soul, who is present in each and every individual body and is known as Paramatma. He is different from the individual living entity. When the sky is reflected in the water, the reflections represent both the sun and the moon and the stars also. The stars can be compared to the living entities, and the sun or the moon is the supreme Lord. Very, very powerful example. How to understand? There in the body, there is soul and super soul, both are there. There is very good example. The individual fragmental spirit soul is represented by Arjuna, and the supreme soul is the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. They are not on the same level as it will be appeared in the beginning of the 4th chapter. Huh? Yes, Arjun, you have taken bath. I have also taken bath. You have forgotten. I have not. I am not. Why? Why? You are my friend? Then Krishna explained, yes. As I have no bath. You are saying I have taken bath. Actually, I have no bath. I am Ojo. But you told me I have taken bath. Yes, I have taken bath like that. But your bath and my bath is not the same. If Arjuna is on the same level with Krishna and Krishna is not superior to Arjuna, then their relationship of instructor and instructed becomes meaningless. They talk like a madman, unnecessarily doing talking, there's no solution. It is not like that. Yeah. If both of them are deluded by the illusion energy Maya, then there is no need of being the instructor and the other is instructed. Such instruction would be useless because in the classes of Maya, no one can be an authoritative instructor. Under the circumstances, it is admitted that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord, superior in position to the living entity, or Arjuna, who is forgetful soul, deluded by Maya. Now, after hearing all this thing, what question may come that that the next 14 verse will come? What question may come in the mind? So that Krishna will till the matra spashasya kantha. Anybody? What question may come in Arjuna's mind that Krishna will give the matra spashasya? Here said, Tan, here said, Dhirastata na mujjati. But okay, you are telling no mujjati, but everybody is suffering. When you die, who will not cry? You have a disease, you will not cry. Then, yes, you are right also. But what to do? By crying, what solution you can bring? Just tolerate. Just try to tolerate. How you can tolerate? You cannot tolerate. When summer season comes, you cannot tolerate. When winter season comes, you cannot tolerate. So you tolerate it. So tolerate this also. That's all. What is the difficulty? So how systematically Krishna explained Bhagavad Gita 1 after another. So tomorrow I'll be in the train. I'm going to Puri. So I'll try to give class from the 10. If it's not, consider that, then we'll hear Prabhupada's lecture. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Go Brahman.
Hare Krishna.
कृष्ण महाराज जी दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा गुरु महाराज दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavат Pranam Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranam Maharaj.